Hey guys, how are you today? Johnny here from E.C.T. Just want to make a video today about my personal bags, what occupies my bags, and what I feel is best for me and my family if the occasion arose that we had to bug out, or bug in, or flee by car or foot. I'm just going to go over some of the items that I currently have and what we're working on and trying to improve on. And that's it. Just going to give you a little rundown. I emptied out 3 of my bags. I have one more bag that I'm still going through. I have to, go through it a little more. But this is 3 bags currently. Um, there's a little bit of EDC, stuff that I carry on a daily basis on my body, and the bags that go into the car. 2 of these bags actually ride in my wife's car, my car, every single day. So, not saying these bags are the perfect bags or the be all end all. They're our current situation. That's what it is. This is our current bags and how we are right now. We are planning to improve. We are in the beginning stages of prepping and getting into this whole lifestyle. So bear with us, and you know, any pointers on what we can do better. We do have a lot of items. Probably can modify these bags to be a little bit more efficient, but I like the setups that I have. Like I said, we can improve on some areas. I think we need some more, some better resources in the first aid department, in the water. Definitely, like I said, not the be all end all, but I think we're off to a good start. And I'm just going to give you a little rundown of what we have in our current bags and how we're running them. And maybe you can get you can get something off of this, or you can give us some pointers. But this is it. I hope you guys like the video. If you do, subscribe, like it, and we'll go from there. So here we go. First off, say hello to this guy. This is the pooch, Sonny. Yeah, he's not interested. So here we go, guys. These are 3 of my bags right here. One of the bags, like I said, is currently being cleaned out and sorted out. But these are 3 of the bags right now, and as you can see, we have quite a bit of stuff. Okay, like I said, this isn't the guideline of what your bag should look like or have. These are our bags, our personal bags, what we're running. Like I said, we do need to improve and be more efficient, but this is what we are currently at. So here we go. This is I'll start over here. Like I said, these are 3 of my bags. They are the tactical looking bags. They're definitely not the gray man. But I like the tactical look. I'm into that. I like it. Some people say it puts a target on your back. I'm not necessarily worried about that so much. I like the look. I like the bags, and I like the whole concept of the tactical. So that's what I go with. If you're not into that, that's fine. You go what makes you happy, and go from there. But here we go. So over here, I have some socks. You know, that goes into the one bag. Like I said, none of these bags right now, they aren't designated to a certain, this is going to be this type of bag. I haven't gone that far yet. I am going to have certain bags like, a medical bag, defense, self-defense bag, more geared towards that. Right now, I'm just trying to sort out and try to make these bags as good as possible with what we have. So, yes, I need more, but like I said, here's a pair of socks. Over here, some bandanas, some wool caps, and a face mask. You got to keep your extremities covered, keep them warm. If you get your feet wet, you're walking around wet feet, you're not going to be too happy. It's going to bring your morale down. You're going to be miserable. It's going to lead to a whole lot of things. If it's cold out, that could lead to frostbite, and a whole slew of other problems. So you want to have, at least an extra pair in each bag. Keep a pair of socks, this way you can dry your feet. You want to be able to keep your head warm and cover your face, your neck, stuff like that. So bandanas, 1,000 reasons for bandanas. You've heard people say it all the time. So, no need to really dive too deep into that. On my bags themselves, I have, I believe they're called carabiners. I don't know exactly how you say it. I'm pretty sure that's how you say it. But some of them, they're not really, designated for weight, but they will hold the bag. If I have to put it up on a branch or, hang it up somewhere, it will hold the weight of the bag at the very least. Some of them do hold weight over 300 pounds. And so there's the rope. So if we have to lower, if we were climbing or doing something, I had to lower my kids down or pull them up or something, we would be able to do that. There's a million reasons for rope. And, a hook system with rope, can't go wrong. That would go in my car, my wife's car, and not necessarily go in the bag. Over here, I have a hammer, just a regular carpenter's hammer. You never know. Like I said, these bags aren't necessarily geared towards a tactical survival. They're just my bags and what I would feel that we would need. So I have a regular carpenter's hammer here, an axe with a nice amount of paracord on there. I did that myself. It didn't come like that. So if you go in the store looking for that, you're not going to find it. Walkie-talkies. Not the best. They're not the highest quality, but they do serve a purpose. If we're out in the woods or something like that, and I have to go off to get some water or get some wood or vice versa with my wife, we have a line of communication. If the cell phones aren't working, if there's no service, we have a line of communication. They have a range of up to 2 miles in the city where we live. In wooded areas, it ranges. It says there's more. But I don't plan on being that far away from my family, so for all purposes here, that would work for us. So good to have a good line of communication. Have something. The garbage bags, the big heavy-duty trash bags. You've heard people talk about them all the time. You can use it as, a poncho, a liner for a camp, for camping. There's a ton of reasons to use these heavy-duty liners. They're good to have. So I'd like to have one in each bag. They don't take up a lot of space, and good to have. Over here, I have my, I guess you want to call it some of my self-defense. I'm not showing any of my firearms because that is something that will probably be carried on my person and in the car. But that's for another video. Here, I'm just showing pretty much my knives and axes, hatchets, okay? Over here, it's just a hunting knife. It's not the highest quality, but it is a good, strong knife. I have used it. It works great. It's does what it has to do, and it's a good knife. There's also some storage in the bottom. I can unscrew that. It holds matches. I think there's a compass in there as well, some needle and thread, and that's it. So it does have a little bit of storage in the handle. Over here, this Milwaukee knife here, I bought that in Home Depot, 20 bucks, I think. It comes with the plastic sheath. It's actually very good. The knife I'm actually very impressed with. It's very sharp. It feels like a good, strong knife. I added the paracord. No reason really, just, kind of for looks. But if I do need a little bit of paracord, I got some extra. Very good knife. Highly recommend. At least go check it out. Here, my hatchet. This is a Fisker's. I wrap the handle once again in paracord. If I need some paracord, I got it. I think I got this in Home Depot as well. I'm not too, I don't remember the price on what it cost, but I don't think it was that bad. I got mixed feelings on this. It's pretty good, but it does have a hollow handle, which makes me a little skeptical on it if, I really had to go to town with this thing. But all in all, it feels pretty good. And, definitely a great add to the package. Over here, right here. This, I actually stumbled across this knife, and I wasn't even looking for it. It's a Polaris blade. This, guys, I gotta tell you, I gotta show this to you up close. This is, I mean, this feels like a knife. I mean, this is heavy duty. This thing, it feels like you could do some damage with this. The handle feels good. The knife itself, it's full tang. It just feels like, you know what, I feel confident with this in my hands. It comes with a sheath, great sheath. Also here, it has a sharpener with some paracord on it, a hard plastic sheath, and the multi-tool. I mean, for the price, I think it was under $20. I mean, amazing. I want to get more. I actually want to get another one for my wife's bag, and maybe just another one just to have. It's just, what a buy. I feel it's really good. I mean, really nice piece. Definitely check it out on Amazon. Up here is my, this is my baby. This is one of my EDCs. I don't want to mess up the nice little display I made for you guys. But I'm going to show you. This here is my Smith & Wesson Extreme Ops switchblade, or folding blade, however you want to call it. Awesome. It's got the seatbelt cutter, the glass breaker. Awesome knife. Very happy with this. I think it was like $25. I actually got it in Dick's. Love this thing. Awesome. Sharp, very sharp. Feels like a great knife. Feels good in my hand. Awesome knife. Definitely, at least give it a look. I would definitely recommend giving it a look. Over there is my Cobalt folding razor knife, and Gerber and Husky. I don't need to tell you about razor knives, guys. They're great to have. The Cobalt has a seatbelt cutter on it. The Gerber, they don't, the Gerber doesn't feel too great a quality, but for the price, it's a razor knife, and can't go wrong with a razor knife. They're definitely good to have. You can keep them on your person, and they don't take up a lot of space. And it's great to have a razor knife. Over here, just another. This is good for trimming branches, trying to make tinder, and to get a fire going. It's a good little knife. I think I got that at Home Depot. Good. It serves its purpose. It's a good knife. Here I have just a sharpening tool. It sharpens my blades, my hatchets. Here I have a little machete, a small machete, UST. I think I got it in Walmart. I think it was like $15-20, something like that. Not the greatest. It comes with a fire starter, a nice little sheath. It's not the best. It's not the worst. It's pretty good. It's good for what I would be using it for. So it's I like it. I gave it a shot, and it comes with some paracord, so can't go wrong. Over here I have a saw, folding saw. I got that in Harbor Freight. Cheap. I think it was like $7. I want to get a SOG. I definitely want to get the SOG. I want to get a couple other better quality ones, but for now, that's good, and it's better than nothing. Up there, I have my multi-tool, my Gerber suspension, and another Gerber smaller multi-tool that would be for my wife or my kids to use. That stays on my person along with the Smith & Wesson. It's a great little. It's a multi-tool, guys. You know what a multi-tool is. I don't need to go too deep into that. Over here, I already talked about the bags. I have some writing material. If I need to write something down, I got it. And over here, I have some chapstick. That'll go into each one of my bags, or actually go into the first aid. Definitely don't want to be, if it's freezing outside, chap lips, they can be very irritating and annoying, and it's just one more problem you don't need. It doesn't take up a lot of space. it all ties into hygiene and taking care of yourself. If your body's breaking down, guys, you're not going to be able to accomplish what you need to accomplish. So you got to take care of it. Even the smallest little things like your lips, the things that you don't, you're not thinking about it, but you know, if it's bothering you, if there's a problem, it's going to be on your mind. It's going to take your mind off track of what you need to accomplish and do, and it's just a problem you don't need. It's easily solved right there. Some markers, some Sharpies, self-explanatory, pencils, pens, self-explanatory. My lights, yes, I have a lot of flashlights. I like having light. These two here are the coasts, and that one there also is a coast. These two here are waterproof. They're the IPX 8 and 6, I believe. I added the paracord to that. Obviously, you guys can tell there's a pattern here. I like paracord. It's good to have a lot of paracord. Comes in handy when you least expect it. So, that there is a LPX. I think I got that in Lowe's. I can keep that one on me. It usually stays on the side of my pack, though. That one there, that coast, usually stays on my body. These two here, Craftsman, I really like these lights. I'll show you. They're, I get, what do you call it, like a telescope light. You can put it on your pack when you walk in, so you have some light. And then, if you want, you can twist the head, and it becomes a regular flashlight. See that? So it's pretty bright. It's nice, but then you can stick them on the front of your packs, and it's a telescope light, so you don't have to walk. You got some hands-free light, and I like them. I want to get a few more, actually. They're really good. Some headlamps, self-explanatory. Got a small little light. I could hook that on my keys or on the side of my pants if I just need light real quick. I got it. Very accessible. This here, honestly, this was probably just an impulse buy. It's a bat light, but it's supposed to be like a weapon as well. I guess if you needed to, you could use it to crack somebody if you had to. And I don't think it would. I can't imagine it feeling too nice getting hit in the head with this thing. I mean, if you want my honest opinion, I feel like if you hit somebody hard enough with this thing, it would probably break, but at the same time, they would leave you alone, too. So, I guess it would be a one-time use, but it's a pretty cool light. I like it. Impulse buy, yes, but, I like it. It doesn't take up a lot of space in my bag, so. Over here, Milwaukee. Oh, my Milwaukee light over here. This was actually a gift I got, because I would never spend $70 on a flashlight. So it's a rechargeable, cool light, very bright. That's about it. I don't know. I like Milwaukee tools. I got two more. These I did purchase. They were about 20 bucks. These two little pen lights. I usually have them in my pocket as well. My wife will have that in her pocket. It's pretty bright. Doesn't take up a lot of room. Does it? You don't even feel it on your pants, honestly. Another tactical flashlight over here, little, tack light, good. I got my two Huskies over here, 500 lumens each, I believe. They're very bright, good. And over there, that is I guess like a standing, like little lantern kind of light. It's pretty bright. I think it's like 500 or 700 lumens. I'm not exactly sure. Pretty awesome, actually. And if we're setting up camp and I don't want to waste my flashlights, I set that thing down, turn it on. We got plenty of light, besides the fire and stuff like that. Moving on. Okay, over there, I guess dust masks. I got one for everybody in the family. You never know, we may encounter what you may encounter, but it's a dust mask. It's always good to have. And, the bandana, if the bandana is doing something else, and, you got a dust mask. Like I said, we got one for everybody in the family. I got some electrical tape and Gorilla duct tape. Duct tape, guys, duct tape comes in handy all over the place. Don't need to tell you, what to do with duct tape. The bottom one is high vis. The top one is just the regular Gorilla duct tape. Throw it in a pack. It is a little heavy, but it makes the bag weigh. But good to have duct tape. Like I said, 2 of these packs get thrown in the car, so I'm not concerned about the weight of them. What else? Over here, I got a they're like a heavy duty scissor cutting tool. It's good to have. It works great. It was like $6 on sale in Lowe's. Really good. I like it. I actually want to get a couple more of them. Next to it, it's actually a little mirror, and could use that as a signaling device. You know, if you need to signal somebody, you know, it extends about 1.5 feet, something like that. Not very big. I think I got that actually in a dollar store, to be honest with you, but it's a good thing to have, you know, signal. Next to that is my little mag light, and then above that is my multi-compass whistle magnifying glass. I think I got that in Walmart also. I think it was like $3 or $4, something like that. Not very expensive, but a compass, whistle, like again, another signaling device. So good to have. Down here, I have my life straw, and I actually have 2 more on the way. They're not here right now, but they're on their way. Because even though this would be enough to, you know, get everyone in my family water, I want to have each bag. I want to have one. God forbid we get separated for whatever reason. And, you know, I don't plan on that happening, but you have to plan for every possible scenario. So if that were to happen, I want everyone to be prepared with their own bag on their back, including my children, my wife, and even the dog. The dog is going to have a pack. So, moving on. The emergency blankets. I got those in Walmart as well. Very cheap. I mean, in a jam, in a tight spot, you got them, and it's a signaling device as well. Throw them in your pack. They don't take up a lot of space. Wipes. I don't need to tell you about wipes, guys. We all go to the bathroom, and I don't want to be wiping my ass with leaves. I'm sure you don't want to be either, and I'm sure your wife will thank you for that too. So, throw wipes in your bag. Good to have. Hand warmers. Guys, like I said, keep your extremities warm. You don't want them going, your hands, your feet, your head. You definitely don't want those getting cold. That gets cold, your whole body starts getting cold. And then you start breaking down. So do what you can to keep your extremities warm, and so you can keep going to get to where you need to get to. Bug spray. If I'm out, summertime, mosquitoes, bugs, anything, doesn't take up a lot of space, guys. Don't want to be irritated. There's already enough irritation going on. You're already enough stress and this and that. You don't need any added. Throw some bug spray on. It's one less thing you got to worry about. The deodorant, I'll be honest with you guys, that is more of a personal thing. That's just for my own morale, and you know, I mean, it's just my own thing for my own head. It's my own personal thing. Some people, like, that's a waste. It's taking up space that you don't need to. But you know what, guys? You know, if I'm walking along and I'm already stressed out, this and that, and then I smell on top of it, you know, it's just, like I said, added stress that I don't want to need. So, like I said, that's my own personal thing. That's why I have it there. Sunscreen, me and my children, like I said, if we're out and it's summertime, definitely don't want to be getting sunburn. Just sunscreen. It's enough for the whole family. And if we encounter anybody else, we could share. I have a little multi-tool right here. Not multi-tool, but it's like a ratcheting screwdriver, and all the tools and bits go into the bottom, unscrew from the bottom. Great little thing to have. You never know. I do want to get, I forget what it's called, but it's almost like this almost like a socket that they say when if you're in an urban area, if you're in the city or something like that, and the buildings, they usually have their water spouts, but there's a certain tool that you have to use. I want to get 1 or 2 of them. They sell them in I think Home Depot and Lowe's or any hardware store. You can pick them up for a few dollars. So I want to get that. That's something I want to add to my pack. Fire. I have waterproof matches, fire striker, some matches, and more waterproof matches. I have more fire starters there, a lighter, a whole pack of lighters here. A fire, guys, I don't need to tell you how important fire is. You know, fire is very important. Keeping warm, cooking food, boiling water, signaling. It's just a whole slew of things. I don't need to tell you about fire. You know, fire is important. I have some bungee cords that will not be going in a bag. Obviously, I would take the bungee cords out that I needed and throw them in the pack. This here, I know you're gonna laugh, but toothpicks. Listen, like I said, that's a personal thing, and honestly, it reminds me of home. It's something for the head, honestly. It's stupid. It's a stupid little thing, but you know what? If I'm out for 2 or 3 days and I'm trying to get home and this or that, if I'm stuck even for a day or a couple of, it's just something, a little something that, you know, hey, I could use it first of all, and it reminds me of home. So it's good for the head, and it doesn't really take up a lot of space. Obviously, I wouldn't be carrying that whole thing. I would take a few out and throw them in the Ziplocs. It's just a little reminder of home, just to keep me going, keep the morale up, and you know, you do get use out of it too. Here I got my 2 first aid packs. I have updated them a little bit. I've added some stuff to them. I definitely need to update my first aid more. Definitely get more filling, more quality first aid. It's very important. I think that's one of the top things that you need in a pack amongst water. I need more water filtration, way to get water, and that's definitely something that needs to be worked on. But like I said, guys, this is the current situation I'm running with right now. So it is what it is. Some rubber bands. I mean, I've already used them tying up my bags. So, you know, rubber bands, could use them for a thousand different things. Some paracord bracelets. You guys know how, by now you see how much I like the paracord. And I skipped right over the paracord. That's $5.50. That's just some regular paracord. I think I got that in the dollar store. Good to have paracord. Setting up shop, setting up tents, setting up, you know, shelter, tying things up if you had to. You know, you could use paracord for a bunch of different things. I have over here a poncho. Like I said, guys, that has to do with, you know, self-sustainment. Honestly, you don't want to be out there, so it's raining, you're wet, your clothes are wet, this and that. Now you're miserable. You're walking around in wet clothes and you're miserable. It doesn't take up a lot of space. It's not heavy. Throw a couple of them in your bags. Have every bag should have one, and keep dry. You know, so it's raining, you're protected, you're dry. When it stops raining, you're not soaking wet, and you're not feeling like crap. So, poncho at the very least. Over here, I'm a welder by trade, so I see a lot of guys, they put leather gloves in their bag, I guess for handling wood, firewood, you know, stuff that's hot, this and that. I'm a welder. There ain't nothing hotter than melted metal. So, if those gloves can handle that, they can handle some hot wood out on the campsite, or, you know, wherever we're setting up shop. So I throw those in the bag. They're good to have. Actually, probably get another pair. I have a few more pairs, but this is actually a brand new pair that I threw in the pack. So I will get another pair, and this way, if my wife can use them, she can have her own pair. Gloves. I have lots of sets of gloves. Those high vis gloves right there are insulated, so if it's cold out, they actually work really good. Keep your hands nice and warm. Some work gloves from chopping wood, carrying wood, whatever I got to do. Some nitrile gloves. If we come across somebody injured, bleeding, I really don't want to be touching them with my bare hands. Or if anybody else, I don't want to be touching my bare hands. My hands could be dirty. And definitely don't want to get dirt in a cut. That could add to a whole nother slew of problems. Over there, I have some cut-resistant gloves. I actually got them at work. They're pretty good. So if I'm cutting stuff up or using a knife, throw those on. They're very form-fitting, good, great gloves. So throw them in a pack. They don't take up a lot of space. That's about it. That's really about it right now, guys. That's what my packs are filled with now. And no specific order, you know. I put certain things in certain packs. Like I said, I will be gearing bags more towards certain things. Like, you know, for instance, let's just say I'm going to turn this bag into a medical bag. You know, that'll be carrying a lot of first aid. That's for my wife. She's a nurse. So, like, her pack would, you know, be geared mainly towards first aid and medical, you know, which we have to get a lot more of. That pack over there could be geared more towards food, water, you know, cooking utensils, stuff like that. You know, that bag could be more towards self-defense, you know, all of this right here, light, cutting, chopping, you know, it's not nothing's set in stone yet. So, like I said, we're starting out, we're beginning, so, you know, I think we got a leg up on it. I think we're doing all right. Yes, we could do a lot better. Yes, we could be more efficient. Yes, we could be more, you know, probably a lot of stuff we don't need or don't need as much of. But like I said, this is our stuff, guys. It's not yours. You set up your stuff the way you want it and how you want it, and I'll set up my stuff the way I want it. You know, where you live, that all has a lot to do with what you're gonna need. You know, obviously, if you live in Alaska, you're not going to need the same stuff that, you know, you would need if you lived in Texas. So, I mean, you know, that it all depends on where you're at, where you live, where you're going, what you're doing, what you're trying to accomplish. You know, you're just overlanding, or you're planning on bugging out. You know, it depends on what your focus is, you know. So, a lot of this stuff is common sense. I mean, you don't need, there's really no right or wrong way to do this. You know, first aid, water, food, you know, food, something we got to get, a couple of protein bars. Like, I'm not planning on being out there for too long. And if I am, then, you know, we got to reevaluate the situation, you know, because anything over 72 hours, you're going to, you know, you're going to start getting into a whole nother world of shit. So, with this is pretty much everything I base everything on is up to 72 hours of being out, you know. And if I had to go a week, I could, but longer than that, I'm not planning on that. So that would have to be a whole nother, you know, entity in itself, you know, figuring out what to do on a long-term bug out. But I appreciate you guys watching. I know the video was long. If you did watch the whole thing, thank you very much. I'm sorry. I know the video wasn't the greatest quality. I hope I got my point across. I hope you guys liked it. And any advice, please, you know, if there's something I could do better, something I could do different, some advice maybe you have, maybe there's some things I don't know about. If you want to tell me, if you have any recommendations, please let me know. I plan on making more videos. I'm going to get into some videos with the vehicle soon, and locations and bug out locations, and, you know, safe rooms, stuff like that. Little tricks on how to, you know, stop the bleeding if you get cut, or, you know, different ways on self-defense moves if you encounter a problem. You know, I'm going to be hitting all different kinds of areas and all different kinds of stuff. You know, making videos with my kids, teaching them, you know. So, like I said, any advice, anything you could, any knowledge, any advice is good advice in my opinion, you know. I'm here. I want to hear input. Like I said, I don't know it all. I'm not an expert by no means, but I want to be prepared, and I think a lot of us do. A lot of us want to be prepared. God forbid something happens, we come into a problem. Nobody wants to be sitting there with the, you know, look on your face like, oh shit, what do I do now? You know, we definitely don't want to do that. And honestly, guys, this is fun. I like this shit. You know, what guy doesn't like collecting knives, guns, and, you know, going out camping? You know, I mean, I don't know. It's fun. It's cool. And then, you know what? You learn on what to do and how to do it, how to make fire, how to make, you know, all different kinds of shit, you know, and build a shelter, stuff like that. This is all fun stuff, you know. And if the day comes where you actually have to use it, you know, we'll be good to go. You know, it's better to be prepared than to not be prepared. You know, it's better to have it and not need it than to need it. You know what I mean? Than to need it and not have it. So, just little things. You know, you're in the store, get something here and there, and before you know it, like I didn't go out and buy all this stuff at once. This was little by little, and look, you know that now I got a whole bunch of shit. You know that is definitely could come in handy in a bad situation. You know, I didn't break the bank doing this, and you know it's good stuff. I got the whole family into it, so like I get. That's enough for now. Thanks, guys. I appreciate you watching. Leave a like, leave a comment. You know, hope I didn't bore you too much. And I'll talk to you soon. Be well, be safe, be prepared.